Hey, wow, that was, I'll just leave it in there. Puberty's a thing. Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to Awkward Situations, the series where you guys write comments about situations happening in your lives, awkward or otherwise, and then we talk about them. We have a special guest today on Awkward Situations. My wife, Megan, is going to be joining me after I read the first awkward situation, and we're going to work through a few of these problems together. There's a few awkward situations that I've held on to for a couple of weeks. I could not think of a valid answer, and I feel like she will be very helpful. She has a psychology degree, and she's hoping to get more psychology degrees in the future, so she knows a lot more about this stuff than I do. I mean, she's not a relationship psychologist per se, but she's in that field, so she thinks about this stuff. We think about this stuff. She watches Dr. Phil every single day. I try to watch it when I can because I can't get enough of the Texas rattlesnake. Dr. Phil is the man. I'm sorry, I did my terrible Dr. Phil impression. Let's get to the first awkward situation right now, shall we? Let's do it. Today's first situation says, NobodyEpic, so like there is this girl that I've been talking to, right? And honestly, I don't like her that much, but I feel like she likes me way too much or something in that sense. Anyways, I'm not trying to hurt anybody's feelings, and I am liking someone else as days go by. What do I do? Like this, please. You guys don't have to ask for likes on your comments. I read 99% of them anyway. So you don't have to ask for likes. I didn't validate that strategy by opening up with this situation, but it is very relatable. So I will now introduce my wife, Megan. Please say hi, Megan.
Hi, guys.
Hey, so you watch Dr. Phil every single day. You are an expert in relationship psychology just based on that alone.
I would say also I graduated with a psychology degree.
Wow, I already said that you graduated with one, and now you're just bragging about it. The people don't want to be hit over the head with your psychology degree. They just want relatable advice. And okay. I give terrible advice on this series, so the standard is really low. The bar is really low. What would you tell this gentleman in this situation how to handle this girl who he likes too much and he likes another girl? It's a sensitive situation, awkward for sure.
He doesn't like her too much.
He said he likes one girl.
Yeah.
He likes some other girl more.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was written, this guy was smoking weed, and he lives in Venice Beach, and he wrote this, so we had to translate it. But I don't know. I mean, so like there. I mean, just it's crazy stuff going on in his life. But do you have any advice?
I do. So I would just be honest, even though you probably don't want to be.
Oh God. Any other advice? Not terrible advice.
Okay. So when Joel and I first met, Joel was really into me, and I wasn't sure yet.
That's not true.
Just give me a sec. Okay, so I was actually talking to more than one guy already because we just got to college and I met a ton of people. And
slept with.
No. But when I realized that I liked Joel the most, I just told all the other guys, like, I'm not interested anymore. And honestly, they didn't really care too much, so it wasn't like a big deal. One of the guys wouldn't text me back, but that happens.
Oh, so you said I'm not into you anymore, he's like, who is new phone? Who dis?
No, I tried to talk to him because he was probably the most serious one that I was talking to, and he just never responded. But it's okay because when Joel and I started dating, he started dating somebody else too. So.
I started dating someone else when we started dating? That doesn't make sense.
The other guy started at the same time.
Oh, jeez. I was like, you were making me out to look like quite the man here.
No.
Yeah. So it seems like in college this problem would be a lot easier because there's many more options. I don't know. Maybe this person is in college. It does seem like kind of a high school issue. Like, I like this girl, but she likes this other girl likes me way too much, and I don't like her. I think honesty is the best policy because when you're asking for advice on this, you typically know what the best thing to do is, but you're looking for other options. You're shopping around. Like when a doctor tells you something that's wrong with you and you know it's wrong, you say, well, let me get a second opinion. Let me go ask some other doctors for their opinions. You're shopping around for opinions right now. You know that honesty is the best policy. It's, you can't get over the fact. I mean, you can't really hide the fact that you don't like this girl too much. So there's only so many ways to put it. I mean, you can be nice about saying I'm interested in this other girl. I only see you as friends or something to that degree.
Yeah, well,
I don't
and
know.
especially like in the situation if you are in high school or you do see her every day, definitely be honest because I mean, what's the other option? You're just gonna ignore her?
I mean, this girl could be the one that likes him too much. Could be his teacher, and if he says this, he's going to get a bad grade, and he's not going to be able to go to college, and then he's going to be homeless, and then he's going to get addicted to crack, and then he's going to die on the cold sidewalk. So that is a situation where you need to
one way to look at it.
proceed with caution. But yeah, I think honesty is the best policy. I hope you let her down gently. This happened like 5 weeks ago anyway, so I'm sure this guy's figured it out. But I just wanted to speak on it because it's a very relatable situation, and if you don't mind, I'd like to do one or two more awkward situations with you. This might be a shorter episode, everyone watching. I mean, if you clicked on the video, you already know that, but I don't know. We're just going through these, so let's go to the next situation right now. Okay, for some reason, I have this weird deja vu that I already spoke on this one, but it's in the folder of situations that I haven't spoke on. So if I made some grave error, I'm sorry to all the viewers at home, but it would be nice to get Megan's opinion on this anyway, even if I have not, or even if I already have talked about it. So with that being said, this situation says, hey, Joel, I have a girlfriend and her best friend that never leaves us alone. Anytime I'm with my girlfriend and holding hands or something else, her friend always interrupts us and she's always fine with it. And I get mad, but I don't say anything because I don't want to be rude. When she does interrupt us, my girlfriend always stops doing whatever and she talks to her as if I'm not there. What should I do to fix this situation? Thank you in advance, Joel. And I'm not going to put it on screen, but I did follow up and ask if he meant in public or at their house. And she always comes over to their house. So that is extremely weird. It is not a menage a trois situation, clearly. She's not trying to ride dick bicycles. She's just trying to interrupt her girlfriend, or no, her friend who's a girl, and her boyfriend doing activities. Very strange. Do you have thoughts on this, Megan?
Do you know, like, is this high school? Is this college? Do you have any idea?
I would always assume high school with any of these.
Well,
unless stated otherwise.
Okay. Well, I would, number one, talk to your girlfriend if you're really, like, annoyed by this because that is really weird. But I will say I had a friend in high school who had a boyfriend who was obsessed with her. Like, not in a bad way. Like, he was so sweet and, like, so nice to her all the time. But she always would, like, interrupt him to, like, hang out with her friends, or like he always had to hang out with her friends. She would never hang out with his friends, stuff like that. And it ended up being just like she really wasn't that into him. So I hope that's not the situation.
Wow.
But
Megan dropping bombs.
Well, that's why I would talk to your girlfriend about it, because if your girlfriend doesn't care, then that is also saying something as well.
Yeah. You broke into some insight that I might not have been able to articulate. I don't know if I would have had the balls to say it, but that's kind of concerning, my dude. I will say that for sure. I mean, she hopefully isn't out with other guys. I don't think she is. You know, she's with you and her girlfriend. But yeah, why is her girlfriend around there? Maybe, I don't know, maybe she's just really close to her girlfriend and she wants to have all of this love in her life. Her friend that's a girl and her more than friend that's a boy. But I would definitely, well, first of all, if you want to try to look for silver linings, I would open up the conversation by saying, hey, yo, this girl trying to smash? Like, what do you, let's imagine, Tiffany, what's, is your girlfriend trying to smash? What's up? Like, I don't know what's the deal.
Unless you're like 14 and then no.
Well, if you're 14, just hold hands anyway. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Like, what are you trying to do, dude? I mean, I'm not trying to give you advice on how to smash when you're 14. Jesus Christ, Megan, don't even bring that up. Obviously. Anyways, if you see if that's a possibility even, and then if it's not, you got to be like, you know what? They just called about our house. The landlord's like, we can only have this many people in the house at one time. It's a natural gas issue. We can only use so much to heat the house, and all the bodies take up the heat. So I'm sorry she can't come over. Just try to figure out something. I mean, you got to get this other girl out of the house. It's ruining all the intimate moments, I'm sure, because and again, these people aren't 14, Megan. It's on the internet. I can make up whatever age I want.
I'm just saying, don't like.
But I was going to, like, if they're trying to engage in physical activity, even if she would allow them to engage in physical activity in their presence, she'd be like, girl, arch your back. Like, girl, what are you doing? I mean, she just, and judge it like, wow, that's how big it is? Wow, what are you doing, Tiff? Tiff, seriously, there's other boys. But, yeah, I would try to talk to her about that. And I'm glad Megan's here to state the truth, and I'm here to weekly back it up with non-advice and jokes. So let's try to do another awkward situation. We might be able to get through a couple more of these, actually. Hey, nobody. So I've been in a relationship with my girlfriend for about 3 years now. I'm 17, and she's always made it known that she is pansexual. Megan and I do not know what that is, so we will have to look that up after I read this. It's never been a big deal until this past summer when one of her female friends offered to experiment with her. My girlfriend asked permission to do this, and I complied, not thinking much of it. However, I thought it would be a 1 or 2 time occasion, but it went on for several months to the point where she was basically in a second relationship with this female friend. It upset me so much. I told them it couldn't happen anymore, and after much arguing and crying and shit, I was able to get them to stop. Even though this was over in August, I still don't trust my girlfriend. She and this other girl have sleepovers often, and I'm paranoid that they never really stop doing their thing. Any help would be much appreciated. So don't ask for likes, I'll read it anyway. So the definition for pansexual is someone who is not limited in their sexual choices by gender or gender identity. And I just looked up the definition for bisexual as well, and they're very similar. I don't know what the difference is. The kids at home can maybe explain it, or tell me some other fun sexuals you can be, like chair sexual, attracted to chairs, and all the other cool stuff I would definitely experiment with if Megan and I weren't together, but that time has passed in my life. I'm heterosexual with just a little bit of gay, right? Sorry. Anyways, so I have some great advice for this gentleman. If you have some great advice, you can try to give it now, Megan. If you can't handle it, I've got it. So take it from here.
Well, you can handle this one, but I just want to say that I feel like your girlfriend is getting the best of all worlds, and you are not. So that's obviously an issue. And she's kind of taking advantage of you if she hasn't ended that relationship.
You need to, I was going to say, you need to walk up to your girlfriend and be like, look, Anna, because her name's Anna, because Megan and I just watched Girl on the Train last night, and one of the characters' name is Anna.
Just use all the girls' names in that movie.
Look, Rachel. Look, Megan, who was a character in Girl on the Train. I'm going to suck dudes' dicks now, all right? I'm dick sexual because you're getting dick and vagina, and I'm not getting enough dick. So I'm going to suck guys' dicks now. Anna, Megan, Rachel, whatever her name is, because that's only fair. And you might not like that solution, so let me offer you a plan B, because that would be the most fair solution in my mind. Anna, I got dicks now. I would say, well, first of all, let's reverse. And for anyone watching at home, before you're going to do anything in a relationship, you want to make sure you have some guidelines set up ahead of time, because you can't take certain things back. That's a problem. So you want to have some guidelines set up ahead of time. Megan and I had some marriage guidelines set up before we actually got married. We knew if we wanted to have kids, when we wanted to have kids, what we were cool with in the relationship, what Joel is going to try to coax Megan to do by gifts and other things. But there's plenty of time. 50 years is a long time to experiment with chair sexuality and all the stuff that we can do in our relationship. That fun stuff. 25 years is going to be great. The 25-year anniversary. The room's just going to be filled with chairs and semen. I'm sorry. I'm like this. Anyways, so you want to set up those parameters ahead of time. Like when she said, can I experiment with this girl? I would be like, how many times are you going to experiment with this girl? Like, is this just going to be a one-time science project, or are we going to be trying to discover the cure for cancer with vagina? Like, what kind of experiments are they doing? You got to set up these boundaries ahead of time. And I appreciate that you said that you were honest and you told your girlfriend that you didn't like it going on anymore. But here comes the negative side of this. I feel like you're always going to be paranoid unless you let yourself just not be paranoid. But if they're still hanging out together and they're still having sleepovers together, there's always that possibility. So hindsight is 20/20, but you wanted to set up these guidelines before these deeds happened. And if you're feeling like something is going on and you have evidence of something going on, I guess I would talk to this girl. But all you could really say to this girl is, I'm feeling paranoid. So it's either going to make or break the relationship. I don't know if 17 seems kind of young to have like relationship counseling, but I don't know what else you could do at this point when trust is eroded in the relationship. The relationship's really on the ropes. Trust is the biggest part of a relationship. So it's difficult. I hope you can figure it out. I don't know if I gave great advice other than to the people at home. Whenever you're going to do something and bring another person into your relationship, or just be on a different level in your relationship, whatever, moving on to marriage, you want to know the guidelines. You want to have those guidelines established ahead of time, because then when someone starts changing the game or wanting to change the rules, you know that that's an issue or you can't be taken advantage of. So I hope that helps. It probably doesn't help unless you want to do that dick sucking option, because that'd be the easiest thing. And yeah.
I mean, well, on top of that, though, I mean, with her saying she's pansexual, just because she's messing around with a girl doesn't mean that's not cheating, because technically that's what she's attracted to. So, I mean, you could also just say, well, I want to have another girl to sleep with too, you know?
And see what what would you say? I'm polyamorous.
Polyamorous,
yeah. I just talked to God and he said I need to date 4 people. So, listen, number 1. I'm going to go out and try to find a number 2, 3, 4. You go have another sleepover with your little girlfriend, and I'm gonna be polyamorous. No, I don't know.
And
this
at
is all
that point,
tough.
that is when you break up, because that's just too complicated.
2017 is difficult with the Tinders and the Snapchats and all this stuff.
We don't get it.
We're
too old for that.
I didn't get to Tinder, guys. Enjoy it, or don't enjoy it.
I didn't do it either.
Yeah, you didn't get to Tinder or Bumblebee or any stuff. Snapface.
I'm good though.
Yeah. Do you want to do one more of these?
Yeah.
Hello, Joel buddy. I'm currently going to university for psychology, and I'm in my 2nd year, and it's pretty good. I enjoy it, but it's not really what I want to do for a living. I currently auditioned for a TV show, not a main character, but a side, non-important character, and I'm in the top 5 for it currently, and, well, I want to act, but I'm scared because what if I drop out of school and try to get into acting and just mess up my life? Any advice? Well, first of all, my advice is that psychology is a shit degree. I've never met anyone... I've never met anyone who's utilized it. No, Megan actually has a job with her psychology degree. So
a good
job. I'm very happy for her. But this concept of messing up your life, messing it up as opposed to what? This is always something that you get from a high school mindset, I think, a high school mentality, or this just traditional mentality of what people do for work. But you're not messing up your life if you're doing what you're interested in. That's how you're living. You're discovering your interests. And there's risks with any job. Certain jobs are more secure than others. But how I comfort myself as someone in a non-secure job is that I am equally afraid. So the fear would be that you're going to not have enough money and be homeless and all of this really stressful stuff. But I'm equally afraid of the other side of the coin, which is sitting in the same office for 30 years, getting 4 promotions and dying. And I've said that on this Awkward Situations series before. But I think if you weigh both options on a scale, I don't know which one is better. I guess security would be nice, but it's also nice to have excitement in life and to do different things and to be able to tell great stories. When you're old, maybe you'll be broke, but you'll have a whole lot of a lot of stories to tell. I don't know if that's virtuous. I don't know. I'm trying to paint the side of like risking things as positive, but I have to because that's what I do in my life. And I yearn for school, and school's always going to be there. Like, I've been thinking about school lately, and someone told a great story in the comment section of the last Awkward Situations video about his mother who went back to school at 28 and got her degree. And I just think, yeah, I could do that. If I wanted to. You're young, I'm assuming. I mean, if you're like 65 in school right now and you're like, I'm in my 2nd year, it's going pretty good. We talked about the Cold War, and I remember it. Maybe just get the degree, old man. Like, don't, audition it for a TV. Yeah, it's on TV land. It's going to be a hit. But if you're young, you have so much time to just figure things out. I would pursue your passions because that only gets harder to do as you get older. Megan, hit him with some advice. I'm hogging the mic.
Well, I just want to say you have so many options. Like, don't think about it as like it's one or the other. Like, you could take a semester off and try to, see how this job works out, or another one. You can, drop out of the college you're in now and go to an acting school.
Be on YouTube. Oh, yeah, acting school.
Well, and I mean, if you drop down now, you can always go back. Like, there's so many options you can do. It's not one or the other. And so I don't think you should be scared about that. Like, somebody from my high school, another story, she was going to school for, I think, like, English or something like that. And then in her, like, junior year, she dropped out, moved to California, and now she works for ABC. So, I mean, it worked out for her. And
that's the alphabet. Like, that's a secure job because people are always going to need the alphabet. I'm sorry, continue.
Well, I just want to say, like, it's not a guaranteed failure or guaranteed success, but you have so many options. So don't worry about it and just, follow your heart, follow what you want to do.
The more you worry about messing up your life, the more time you're wasting. I'll say that. It is not, your life is your fucking life, You just do what you want, and as long as it doesn't hurt other people or hurt yourself, that's what you should do, because that's how you will be happiest. The pursuit of money it's something that's hard to break away from because of how reliant we are on money as a society and the capitalism and all of that stuff. But I don't wake up and think about, how much money am I going to make if I do this? I just want to make videos that I enjoy, that make me laugh when I'm editing them. And I know I'm lucky to have this job, and not everyone gets as lucky as I do with a job and a beautiful wife and a very aggressive, protective cat who wants us to throw his mouse right now, but we're sitting here talking to this black thing on an arm, and he's very confused. But anyways, I guess I'll wrap it up and say I would pursue whatever you want to pursue to anyone out there, as long as it doesn't hurt others or yourself, and let the chips fall where they may. There's no safe, there are safe options. I shouldn't say there are no safe options, but just, is safety really what you want? Yeah, there's no guarantees in life in general. So do what you want. I want to thank Megan for joining me on this podcast. Thank you for putting up with me. What anniversary is it? What did we just pass? 1 year?
1 year and 7 months.
And 7 months of marriage. So we're going to celebrate by me getting Chipotle today and Megan not, and going home. She's going to drop me off at the bus because I have to go to the airport in a couple of hours. I'm going to eat Chipotle alone, and she's going to come home and not eat Chipotle because she's not a fan. You want to talk about why you're not a fan of Chipotle?
I like burritos. I like Mexican food. I think Chipotle is the worst of
Oh my God. How many dislikes do you want me to get on this video?
All of the burrito places, and I love Moe's Southwest Grill and Chipotle. Chipotle is the number one reason why there is no more Moe's in East Lansing, and I cannot forgive them for that.
Yeah, Chipotle in East Lansing puts other burrito places out of business. Chipotle gets a lot of business, and all the other burrito places are like, fuck it, we gotta leave. So Megan holds a grudge against the juggernaut that is Chipotle. I have just conformed. I used to be like, oh yeah, I'm all Pancheros, I'm all Moe's Southwest Grill, and now I'm like, I am all about Chipotle. I will only eat Chipotle burritos. Is this non-GMO? I conform. So I'm sorry that you haven't joined me in this robotic state of being. But I appreciate you thinking for yourself. I will not. I appreciate you having free will. Thanks for joining me. I love you so much, and I love you, viewers out there. Tune in next week around this same time. Goodbye, everyone.
Bye, guys.